first time in history, all 4 belts in the cruiserweight division will belong proudly around the waist of one man.
James Howard, Eiffel TV, MTK Global. With me, I've got cruiserweight Lawrence Okolie. We're in the Institute of Sport today in Sheffield. Firstly, bit of a home from home, this one for you, Lawrence.
Yeah, definitely. I used to come up here every week in the build-up to the Olympics and stuff. So I was on the Great Britain team. This was home. So yeah. Has
it changed a lot since you were here training out of this facility?
The rings and that are the same. The culture is the same, but you know they've got new sponsors and like it's got a new feel. It's got a feel of like hard work.
We're here today to witness a closed training session with Anthony Joshua, someone that's been very, very sort of close in mentoring you and your development. What can we expect to see today for the big man?
He's definitely looking a lot leaner, a lot sharper, and a lot more cardio, like cardiovascular. So he looks a bit more boxing fit. So I think you'll be able to see that. Still got the power, but now a little bit more sharpness and stuff. Yeah.
Huge unification clash. We're all excited. What are your thoughts about the fight? How serious of a threat is Joseph Parker in your opinion?
I think that any boxer, especially heavyweights, are threats to each other. Joseph Parker's got the whole world ahead of him if he can get past Anthony Joshua. So he's going to be hungry, determined. I feel like they feel like the world's sort of overlooking them. So they want to sort of show that they're not to be overlooked and whatever. So it's definitely going to be a threat. However, from what I've been seeing of AJ in this camp, I just think he's just going to be too fit, too much at the moment.
Everybody that stepped in the ring with Anthony Joshua has been KO'd or TKO'd. Do you feel that Joseph Parker will be another name added to that list?
Personally, yes, I do think so. I think that he's a good fighter, and they talk a lot about his chin. But it's heavyweight boxing. If any heavyweight gets hit on the chin clean, the chances are they're going to feel it and they're going to go. And I feel like their best bet was a slow, stocky Anthony Joshua who, wouldn't be able to deal with the movement and could maybe go the longer rounds. Whatever.
So maybe a similar to the shape and weight he came in to fight Carlos Takam.
Yeah, that's what they would be looking forward to. But the fact that he's coming in lighter, we'll be able to box with him, and I think show a little bit more of that, the pedigree that he's got.
What can we take away from Joseph Parker's fight with Hughie Fury? What do you feel that we can expect from him coming into this?
I feel like he's going to be 10 times better because this is a 10 times bigger fight and there's a lot more at stake. So he's going to push himself a lot more. He's going to be very, very active, very, very fit, and work a lot, I think.
Saw a video of yourself, a post-fight interview after your fight with Isaac Chamberlain. Everybody's emotional and the tensions and moments run high.
Yeah.
Seen other boxers now trying to sort of tweet that video back at you with regards to comments and stuff, in particular Wadi Camacho. Do you feel that's a fight that can happen down the line?
Who knows? Anything's possible. Anything's possible. I'm not going to sit here and disrespect him. He's been around for a long time. Had a lot of hard fights, had a lot of good fights, good wins, big losses. So, shout out to him. Is the fact that happen? You never know. This is not that big a division in Britain, so I'm sure we're all going to box each other before long.
Just as you mentioned, the division isn't that deep in terms of names and the amount of fighters coming through.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose it is inevitable that you and Wadi are getting on.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the time you've had since your last fight. What have you been up to, and how much in camp and training have you been in?
I've been doing training here and there. Obviously, I still keep up with the training, but I feel like after the fight, since I turned pro to that fight, I hadn't had more than like 7 days off of training in total. So I was just working. So I think I needed a bit of time. I went on my first actual holiday where I wasn't there to train. So it's been good. Watching the fight over, thinking about the sort of stuff I need to work on. Just that kind of stuff, nothing major. And now I think today or very soon we're going to drop the next fight.
You're in a privileged position working very closely with Anthony Joshua. What advice has the big man gave you personally one-on-one? What key bit of advice do you feel that he's given you?
Main thing is that there's no pressure in the sense that where we started, where we are now is better than where we started. So as long as that continues to be the case, you're doing something right, and that just grind hard and win.
This week, Dylan White in action as he bids to take out Lucas Big Daddy Brown. Lucas, as we know, he's had experience being a WBA regular champion. What chances do you give Dylan White of taking out Lucas Brown?
I give him every chance. I think he's a longer, fitter boxer with more to him. So I think he's going to get the win well.
Do you admire the way Dylan White goes about his work and building his profile, and the way he's used that AJ defeat to better himself?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you see the condition he was in when he boxed AJ to the condition he is now, you can see that he's taken a lot from that fight and progressed. He hasn't been afraid to box anyone. From what I've seen, he's boxed Hellenius, he's boxed other, people for his ranking that he's got now. So you can say he's a Brixton boy. He came from wherever in the Caribbean. So from where he started and where he is now, you've got to respect him as well.
Want to come on to the World Boxing Super Series final, the cruiserweight division, very exciting. Alexander Usyk taking on Murat Gassiev. In the words of Ronald McIntosh, all of the belts in one place. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's a fantastic fight. I think the whole Super Series, super middleweight and cruiserweight has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed every cruiserweight fight I've seen since the quarter. So I think Gassiev versus Dorticus,
that was a great fight. Yeah, Dorticus, that was a brilliant fight.
Then you've also got even Uzet versus Bradis. I thought that was a fantastic fight to watch as well. Back and forth, 50-50. So I think the finals are going to be more of the same. However, I think that on paper, Uzet should be able to outbox him, outwork him, and be fitter than him. But Gassiev has shown he's got a solid stance and good punch power. So same with heavyweights, anything can happen in the cruiserweight division. So I would say I'd expect Uzet to win, but I would not be surprised if Gassiev stopped him.
Gassiev became a national hero in Russia on the back of that fight.
Understandably.
Performance with Bradis. Great fight.
Yeah, understandably, because obviously it's world titles. It's, you're putting your country, yourself on the map as the best in the world or one of the best in the world. So he deserves everything he's getting.
Somewhere down the line, I know you're a long way off challenging the likes of Usyk and Bradis and these sort of guys, but do you feel that you've got the ability and talent to get in the mix with them?
Yeah, I feel what I've got is more the attributes. So I've got height, range, power, athleticism, but what I need is experience, a little bit more refinement on my technique and just decision making. So what I found in my last fight is some of the decisions I was making weren't world class. They were kind of like, so basically I need to make some, to get better at making world class decisions before I can get in there with world class opposition. But right now, first year, just carry on doing what I'm doing in the domestic scene. We've always had my eye on becoming a world champion, but I'm not going to rush anything.
Criticism for sometimes falling in with your right hand. Do you think people are hard to criticise someone when, for instance, they may not have had that experience of being in the ring under that pressure situation?
Yeah, 100%, but it's something I need to work on. And other little stuff, I'm not going to say too much for my competition.
I'm not going to say anything else.
Yeah. But no, definitely, there's a lot of fundamental stuff that I do that looks wrong, but it's effective in its own way. Like I said, if my style was the worst in the world, I wouldn't win any fights, wouldn't get any knockouts. I would have lost to the technically better, Isaac Chamberlain, whatever, but I didn't. So I'm going to carry on just being unorthodox and awkward. However, I need to refine it a bit better because the higher quality cruiserweights will be able to expose little stuff that I do, so I need to make sure I don't make those mistakes.
Lawrence Okolie, thank you very much for your time today, champ. Always a great pleasure to get you on. Got your Sri Lankan sparring partner here as well today.
Yes. When are we going to spar?
Tell them what happened when we sparred.
I don't like to release
Tell them
sparring
what
stories.
happened.
I don't like sparring
The myth
stories.
about you dropping Joshua.
I don't like sparring
Talk about
stories.
the myth of me dropping
I
you.
don't. Listen, you said you wanted to tell me. You said, you promised me you weren't going to tell no one.
I own East London.
Come on. It was the whole of London.
Time in history, all 4 belts in the cruiserweight division will belong proudly around the waist of one man.